Good morning and happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that's new here, what we do is typically go over news from the prior day or from this morning that I would typically do by myself. I figured it was a good idea to do it with everybody. So let's see who's in the live chat, and then we're going to get into this. Mr. Andrew Masad is here. What's up, man? Nick K, good to see you. Dom G, Lawnmower Man, good to see you. We have Leo Lustig, my man, all set as always. Backwards Miner, Ogre, good to see you. Kaiser, Tim I Am Crypto, Nerd Beast, what's up, dude? Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody here. Mr. 56 in the house with 33-month membership. Man, appreciate you. Thank you. You were my first member and you're still a member, dude. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Blaine Anderson, what's up, dude? CK Graphics, Nick K, might have already said that. Tommy Coin, what's up, man? All right, DJ Mines, my man, good to see you. And Crypto 440, that KS0 original is coming to you. It's already in the mail. I dropped it off yesterday, so you should get it in a couple days. That'd be pretty sweet. So for those of you that don't know, I actually am being the guinea pig. We're gonna try to solder on a 6-pin adapter to the KS0. I made him promise me that he would record every second of it and send me the clip so we can make a video of it. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure he'll drop a video in his channel as well. All right, so let's get into this, see what the market is looking like today. We have Bitcoin 41,750, Ethereum 2478. Let's see, XRP 55 cents, ADA's at 51. We have Solana at $92. We have ETC, where was that? I saw it. Did it go down? Where'd it go? Oh, right here, $24.84, up 2% today. We have let's see what else. Litecoin $71, up a little bit. Dogecoin just under 8 cents. BCH at 238. Kaspa is at 10 cents, so in 4/10 of a penny, right? So almost 10.5 cents. Let's see, nothing else really sticking out at me, guys. Nothing else really sticking out at me. All right, let's jump over to crypto bubbles and then we'll get into some of the mining stuff. Looking like Pulse Chain is doing the worst today. Looks like it's ranked 77th, down 14 ranks, and it's at, I don't even know, 100th of a penny. Is that how you say that? I think. Ron, what is Ron? Ronin, is that how you say that? I don't know. It's up. It's literally just got into the top 100 coins. $2.24. I don't know what this coin is. I've never seen it before. Has anybody seen this before? Ron, let me know in the chat. What is up, Mr. BC? Good morning. Good morning. If you guys have any questions, obviously just add me in the chat. We could talk about it, look at whatever. Astar, look at this. It's ranked 69. It's at 17 cents. We have Chili's, if that's how you say that, 78, ranked 78th at 9 cents, almost 10 cents. Let's see, Hex is down 9.1% at a penny, almost 2 pennies. We have Sui, which is at $1.08. This is the coin that actually Altcoin Daily talked about the other day, and they were saying that it could be a decent coin to get into, if I'm not mistaken. Look at this, Sats. What is Sats? Ranked 61. Really? Ranked 61. Interesting. Let's see, Neox is down today. Really? Oof, that's a big oof. All right, we'll look at that in a minute. All right, Fear and Greed Index looking like 52, neutral. Again, guys, we're just kind of in an undecided market as of right now, and that's kind of why I chose the video I did for today. Again, did Bitcoin lose by winning? And it's actually, it makes a little bit of sense, right? But we'll get into it in a few. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, XRP, USDC, Lotto Staked, Ether, Cardano, and Avalanche. And Dogecoin is catching up to Avalanche. It's only off by about what is that, 5 billion, 6 billion, 6 billion or so? No, sorry, 600 million, if I could speak today. Jeez, 600 million rather. It was off by a couple billion not too long ago. So Avalanche has taken quite the hit in the last couple of days, but hey, is what it is. All right, let's see, Litecoin in 19th place. Mr. DJ Deathstar in the house with the sticker. It says, how's it going? Perfect. Appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 sticker. You're awesome, dude. Appreciate that. We have the Ethereum Classic over here, 26th, again, 24.75. This thing tore up to about 30 bucks the other day, and literally everything is just down today, or in the last couple days anyways, right? Really just kind of going sideways. There's only a few things that are really up. Chainlink actually took quite the ride, 11.8%. Interesting. Let's see what else. Kaspa still in 40th, again 10 cents, almost 10.5. But yeah, guys, really not too bad. All right, let's see. Someone said Neoxo is going down. Actually, real quick, let's look at trending. You know what? I think I should start pointing out the trending stuff over here. Pyth Network looks like it's up 19.7%, 39 cents. If anybody's into that. Manta Network's down 1.9% at $2.23. And Magic Square is actually down 0. I've never heard of this one, Magic Square. I don't know what that is. I've heard of the other two, but anyways, these are trending coins. This is actually maybe a good idea to look at. Ooh, Karate Combat. Look at this, 37.9%. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. If anybody's into that. Anybody into that? Let me know in the chat. Mr. Geek of all trades is here.
It's a fucking good.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here, sir. All right, Neoxa. Let's see. It is at 0.3 of a penny still. It's only down a little bit, not too bad. Actually, today, if you guys don't know, is the Neoxa poker tournament. I think it starts at 2 o'clock. Somebody, if you could, please put the link in the chat because I don't have it on me. I'm not logged into Twitter on this computer, but yeah, so free tournament to play. You need 20,000 chips, make a PokerStars account, and you just collect the free chips twice and you have enough to enter, and you can actually win real Neoxa, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. And Power Mines he's coming for me. I told him I would give him my HS box if he gets me out or any other bounty person out. All right, let's see what else do we got. Let's look at the lithium. Actually, lithium's been taking a little bit of a pullback. It's at $1.82. You know what, when it was at 250, I knew we should have sold it. I knew it, but I was like, screw it, I'll hold it, whatever. I don't have much of it, so I'm just gonna keep holding it, and then yeah, that's where that goes. But honestly, man, I gotta get better with selling when I think I should sell, instead of just like riding with everybody else. You know what I mean? That's it. But anyways, yeah, just hold it, man. Hold it. Exactly what DJ Mine says. 2025, when IoT matters, hodl it. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what, actually, before we do that, speaking of that stuff, let's go to Honey. These D-pin things, right? 22 cents. Honey's been taking a little bit of a pullback. I actually got back in at 25 cents, and that was a big for now until it gets back up there. But I sold out at like 29 and then got back in at 25. I didn't expect it to go back to 22, but 22 has been holding. If you guys haven't noticed, it has been holding from here and here, which is very good. So if it holds up, I have high hopes that this thing's going to do pretty well. All right, let's jump into the mining segment of things and see what we're looking like over here. The wind miner K9, 10.3 terahash, making $77.98 a day. Bruh. Ugh, terrible. Getting worse and worse every day, Max Voltage would say.
This hash rate's going bonkers.
Mr. DJ Deathstar, appreciate you for the $5 super chat. He said, would like to know if you are spec mining anything. Would like to switch off AIPG even though it has done me well. Would like to find something new. To be honest, right now what I'm really kind of spec mining is Octaspace. That is one of the coins that I'm kind of spec mining. Well, I won't lie, I'm solo mining it, so we'll see how that goes. I've been crushing blocks though. The VIPs know that, so we'll see. I actually need to I've been doing a test on the X16P. So right here, this is the X16P making 1974 a day on Canix. Is that Canixum or something like that? Man, I always forget the name of that coin. CAU, whatever. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, so I'm solo mining ETC right now on it, trying to hit a block. It's been 2 days and nothing so far. So I might leave it up for 3 days, possibly 4. And if I don't hit a block by then, I'm out. But I'm going to do an entire week next week, I think, of just solo mining Octaspace. So we're going to see how that goes. All right, let's see. Ice River KS3 making $59.04 per day. We got the KS3M 6 terahash unit making $41.88 a day. KS2 is making $13.80 per day. That's terrible. It's getting so much worse every single day. With the Jazz Miner X16Q, I got this thing also solo mining Octaspace as of right now, $6.68. Let's see, the Antminer L7 9050. This is the one I got down in Terra Hosting, and shout out to them for actually launching their website. Hold on, it's Terra Hashes. Is that what it is, or is it just Terra Hash? I think it's Terra Hashes. Where's Terra Hash? Oh god, yeah, that's not it. That's not the site. Hold on, let me see. Okay, we're just gonna open a new tab. Is it terahashes.com? That's what it is. They launched their new site last night. If you guys don't know, if you guys are interested in purchasing any ASICs, go check out terahashes.com. Pretty cool, pretty cool. They should have updated all their stuff too. But anyways, that's what yeah, I have my 9050 down there. It's making $5.50 per day. Oh, I lied. Hold on. What is happening? Why is it twice? Why is it twice? Am I seeing things? Why is it showing it twice? I'm so confused right now. Anyways, $5-ish a day. Let's just say that. $5-ish. Because I don't know why it's on here twice. But anyways, yeah, I got my stuff down there at Terra Hosting. So again, shout out to them and congrats to everybody that won the miners last night. 2 KS0s and a S19 100 terahash unit was given away. Friggin' insane. We have the Jazz Miner X4Q. Shout out to Jingle Mining. I got this thing solo mining Octaspace as well. $3.47 per day, or I guess we'll have to see how much I actually made. The X41U heating my trailer, doing the same thing. $1.60 per day. And the KS0 Pro looks like it's only making $1.43 per day. Bruh. That's terrible. Nerdbeast says a lithium with GPUs. Yes, I am on a lithium as well with my GPUs. Zeph with CPUs. I'm not into Zeph personally. Geode Net with satellites. Oh, is that the oh, I know. Yeah, you know what, I don't know. I heard bad things about that, but I don't know anything about it, so I can't really comment on it. Demo and honey with my car. Crank, etc pow, and sweat when I am walking. I don't think I can mine anymore. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. The sweat token, I think it's an app on your phone, right, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's check out GPUs real quick over here. Top of the charts for GPUs, 4090s, looking like Pyron and Nexta. Interesting. Pyron's coming back on the top of the charts. What's that looking like for price? Let's see. I honestly think it's, oh wow, it's up. Actually, it's up 11.7%. Nice. The yield must be doing pretty decent actually. So it's almost 3.5 cents. Look at that. I don't think it's ever going to go back to where it was, but hey, listen, if it's profitable, if you can get the biggest yield on it, then why the hell not? Next, I'm wondering what's going to go on with that in the next couple months. I wonder if they're going to go for any ASICs or anything. I wonder what's happening there. ASICS, this project, gaming token, if you guys are into that or not, let me know in the chat. ASICS has been, I don't know, it's been doing decently well, to be honest. And I really wish they would situate their linking Steam with the account, because right now it's absolute garbage. They release like a little bit in Discord and then they just shut it off for the day. It's just some bullshit. They need to get this thing automated. All right, anyways, everything else looks pretty damn good. Oh, hold on, Mr. Yankee in the chat. Here you go. Here's your NFT. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. You won that yesterday. Congratulations. All right, let's get into the news segment of things. How Bitcoin lost by winning. Now, CNBC television actually put together a pretty decent video. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't really have a chance to watch it entirely, but I want to obviously say shout out to them for getting this all together. And it's important to listen to, right? It's a big milestone for Bitcoin. They did do good things, got into the ETF. It's huge, but at the same time, Bitcoin is made to be decentralized, and by doing so, we made this a little bit more centralized. So let's see what you guys feel about this.
Bitcoin has officially arrived on Wall Street.
A watershed moment for the crypto industry happening today.
Bitcoin's big day. All of the 11 crypto ETFs are now trading.
It's being called an industry game changer.
It finally happened. How many years? 11 years we've been waiting for this.
A new asset class, legitimacy and accessibility, mainstream reach, and Wall Street acceptance.
For the first 3 years of thinking about it, I was a naysayer, and about 2 years ago I switched, and I'm actually, you know, as I said in the last 2 years, I'm a big believer.
But Wall Street's embrace
What?
it was
He's a
never
big
part of the
believer now?
original proposition. It was supposed to be so much more.
This blockchain revolution, this decentralized revolution, is going to change the way we live.
The beauty of Bitcoin is that it's electronic. This is a great way to create freedom in a lot of countries where they don't have it.
Money is the nucleus of functioning human society, and we've been able to a breakthrough in computer science and engineer the best version of that.
Is this a real room this kid's in? Sorry, we've seen him multiple times on CNBC and a few other stations. There's nothing in this room. Nothing. Like I'm confused. Is it a real room? It looks like a real room. Right? Am I wrong? Sorry to get like squirrel on you guys, but I had to ask because I don't know why there's nothing in this kid's room every single time we see him. It's hysterical. Anyways, guys, that like button, I hate to ask, but I have to. YouTube makes me.
It's accessible to everyone and equitable for everyone.
This week on Tech Check, how Bitcoin lost by winning.
Bitcoin meets Wall Street.
Eat shit, Gary.
It took the SEC nearly a decade to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF. And when it finally did happen, some of the biggest voices in crypto, they felt vindicated.
We were optimistic, we were steadfast in our conviction around this, but this is really the culmination of 10 years of work.
This is a historic moment in the sense of it's the first time that the internet and Wall Street, they've had this healthy tension for a couple of years, even a couple of decades, and it's the first time Wall Street blinked.
Listen, you know, the earliest adopters always get richest.
But why was this such an important milestone? An ETF, or an exchange-traded fund, it's an investment fund that tracks the performance of an underlying asset, like stocks, currencies, or gold, something recognized by the financial community as having value. And for decades, some of the most prominent and well-respected leaders in finance firmly did not believe that Bitcoin had any intrinsic value.
I could care less what Bitcoin trades for, how it trades, why it trades, who trades it. If you're stupid enough to buy it, you'll pay the price for it one day.
Oh, he is such a moron.
Gambling. They're not investing.
Sometimes I call it crypto crappo, and sometimes I call it crypto.
But ETF approval has ushered in a new era for
R.I.P. to Charlie Munger, by the way.
Bitcoin. It gives the digital asset status, regulatory oversight, increased accessibility, and liquidity. It proved the naysayers wrong.
There is an odd love affair with something that flew in the face of what Jamie Dimon said, who's the most respected banker in America, and what the late Charlie Munger said. So the opponents of this, I think, were now being viewed as fuddy-duddies.
And because ETFs give investors exposure to the value of an underlying asset without directly owning it, investors no longer had to worry about crypto-native platforms like FTX or Celsius or BlockFi going under.
Those who had their money in the National Bank of Sam Bankman-Fried are kind of like Jesse James robbed them. There's no Jesse James when it comes to the ETFs.
Bitcoin institutionalized.
Which is obviously, you know, Bitcoin being, I guess, you know, institutionalized. It is against what Bitcoin was made to do. So it's going to be weird next couple months.
Bitcoin lost the war by winning this battle. It was supposed to be a revolution, a centralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system.
Bitcoin is now being used to buy regular things from restaurants to retail, so why not real estate?
Restaurant Freehold just started accepting Bitcoin as payment. Others are even accepting it as payment for bigger purchases.
How many yachts
I want a yacht. I'm just kidding. I don't want a yacht.
sold
It's such a waste of money.
Bitcoin?
So we've done
Boat stands for bust out another 1,000.
about a dozen crypto transactions.
But it never took off as a form of payment. Even in El Salvador, where Bitcoin was made legal tender, it's still not widely used for payments. And it didn't bypass the financial system either, or become a democratic alternative, bringing services to unbanked populations.
But see, this is where like the FUD factor comes in, right? So Bitcoin's made to be a store of value. It's not made to be a, hey, let's go spend this every single day, right? That's what Litecoin and Kaspa say, right? These other coins that are made to do everyday transactions that are quick. Like, really, you're gonna stand there for a half hour until a transaction goes through on the Bitcoin network? You freaking high? Like, hell no.
Instead, it was subsumed, another asset class that exists within our traditional monetary structure.
There's an irony in the midst of this.
Eat shit,
Satoshi
Gary.
Nakamoto said this was going to be a decentralized system, and finance, this has led to centralization.
And you know, that's like the only thing I will agree with what he says.
About the irony of those who say this week is
Because he's not
historic.
wrong at that.
This was about centralization and traditional means of finance.
Like treasuries or
He's
shares
still a
of
moron,
Tesla
but-
or gold. Hedge funds, they can trade it. At your own risk, you can even add it to your 401k. Even BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, has a Bitcoin ETF and is on pace to become the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world, hitting $1 billion in assets under management just 3 days after launch.
We were very happy with the flows. It appears that we received about 40% of the flows yesterday.
BlackRock, though, was a symbol of the traditional system that Bitcoin was designed to challenge and disrupt. Now it is a core part of the Bitcoin story. And while Bitcoin hasn't seen wide adoption as a form of payment, it has become a more mainstream investment. Investors have so far poured more than $800 million into Bitcoin ETF funds since they were approved. Perfect. But the more Bitcoin that's held in funds, the less that is available for users. Its use case as a digital currency is
It's so weird they keep going this view.
further away than ever. Bitcoin has now further solidified itself as a store of value, not as a means of exchange.
Investors, I think, should be aware that the underlying asset is a highly speculative, volatile asset.
Eat shit, Gary.
And amongst its use cases is really for illicit activity,
Please
money
stop
laundering
talking about
and
this shit.
sanctions.
Put another way, Wall Street did what Wall Street does best. It took a risky asset and made a market. It subsumed Bitcoin into the system before Bitcoin could build its own system. And now it's also reaping the rewards. Here's our Kate Rooney.
So one of the sneaky, kind of under the radar winners in this whole ETF story and Bitcoin ETF story is actually the Wall Street Bank. So they're what are known as the authorized participants. They're sometimes called the APs. You've got names like JP Morgan, Jane Street, Cantor Fitzgerald on this list of the trading desks who are behind the scenes. They're creating and redeeming shares. But as part of that, they're basically picking up the breadcrumbs. They're taking a slice of each transaction. If there's a lot of volume going into these Bitcoin ETFs, which has been the case in the last few trading days, they're the ones really winning on the back end.
And the irony, even some of Bitcoin's biggest critics will end up the biggest winners of the ETFs.
Oh, actually, that's probably not that's not a false statement. Real quick, Crypto KJ in the chat says, what if Gary is actually or was actually on our side by not approving and trying to keep it decentralized and not letting the big dogs buy? Maybe the Gary be with you. Oh, may the Gary be with you. I think you meant to say. You said maybe. Anyways, no.
Eat shit, Gary.
The banks, especially JP Morgan and their trading desks, are going to make some money on this.
As for the revolutionary DeFi projects and blockchain-based technologies that only crypto can solve, they've been slow to materialize. Bitcoin has also fallen short of its promise as a hedge against inflation and volatility. Its decentralized nature and limited supply, that was supposed to be an alternative to the dollar when the dollar's value is decreasing. Instead, Bitcoin's value has fallen alongside traditional stock markets during periods of market turmoil or when central banks have signaled interest rate hikes. It's behaved more like a speculative tech stock.
Where next?
Okay, let's put aside
the moon, of course.
Bitcoin's original promise. So is it a good investment or store of value? Let's break it down. The SEC approved 11 Bitcoin spot ETFs on that watershed first day, and it expects more to apply for trading in the coming months. There's little daylight between each of them.
How are customers, the public, supposed to think of the distinctions between the way you're doing it, the way BlackRock's doing it, the way Fidelity's doing it, the way Grayscale's doing it?
We're the only ones with both the crypto and the ETF expertise.
We've done this before. We've done it in Germany. We've done it in Canada. We've done it in Brazil.
It's about the asset manager that's behind it. We're a crypto specialist. We've weathered all different types of speed bumps and advancements within the crypto ecosystem.
So the biggest difference, at least for investors, comes down to the fees that each broker charges. And with so much competition, it's been a race to the bottom. Almost every broker slashed fees in the days before the approval, with most cutting to 20 to 30 basis points and many eliminating fees altogether for the first few months. It could mean that not all of them will survive.
I think in the long run, you're going to have 2 or 3 that actually win.
As for where Bitcoin itself goes from here, that has been hotly contested as well. Thematic ETFs, they usually launch at peak hype and peak price.
Traditionally, ETFs mark the high. The short-term high.
The first ETF to track Bitcoin futures, that launched in October of 2021, and it topped $1 billion in assets in just 2 days. Those who bought in at the time, though, they also got in near Bitcoin's peak, when one Bitcoin was worth about $61,000. The ETF tracking the price of Bitcoin, it fell 72% in its first year, and today it's down 50% since that launch. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, thematic funds typically launch only after investors have already bid up the underlying assets, from the internet funds of the late 1990s to the green, cannabis, space, and SPAC funds of 2021. Investors should know not to pile into already popular ideas, yet they keep on buying high and frequently end up selling low. But that hasn't stopped crypto's most fervent believers from making bold predictions.
Our base case is in the $600,000 range. Our bull case, and we think the probability of the bull case has increased with this SEC approval. This is a green light. Our bull case is $1.5 million by 2030.
I think in the next 12 months, something over 100,000, maybe 150,000. In 5 years, something around $500,000 would be potentially achievable.
Like a stock.
I think 250, like $250,000 is probably more feasible. I don't know. The other numbers is a lot. That's a lot.
Bitcoin will only get more price targets as its Wall Street journey just begins, solidifying Bitcoin's status as an asset class, for better or for worse.
I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. That is it. All right. Shout out to CNBC for that. It was a good video. They put a lot of clips together for that. And again, they're not wrong. I mean, this could be a good thing and a bad thing for Bitcoin, long term. But I guess really everything rides on the halving. However the halving reacts in the market, that's really what the catalyst is going to be here. It's really not so much the ETF. It's just the ETF is going to give people means to get in when and after the halving happens and the bull run actually arrives. You know what I mean? All right, guys, that like button. Appreciate you all. Bitcoin spot ETFs drawdown continues, testing support 40,000. Let's see what Crypto World CNBC television has to say.
Today, Bitcoin sinks to $40,000 as the post-ETF rout continues. We give you an inside look at how much crypto was a focus at the World Economic Forum in Davos. And executives from Galaxy Digital and Invesco discuss their joint spot ETF partnership and what's next for crypto now that these products are trading in the U.S. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Jordan Smith. Crypto prices in the red to end the week. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin dropped to the $40,000 level for the first time since mid-December. Ether fell more than 2%, hovering around $2,400, and Solana sank more than 7.5%. The moves lower in digital assets weighed on crypto-related stocks like Coinbase and MicroStrategy, which, as of noon Eastern, both dropped more than 4%. The Bitcoin miners were also all in the red, with Marathon sinking nearly 9% and Riot and CleanSpark both falling more than 6%. For the week, Bitcoin...
Real quick, I just put the Neox Twitter post for the poker tournament in the live chat. If you guys are interested to play, it's totally free. You can win Neoxa, and I think it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or something along those lines.
Nearly 8%, Ether fell nearly 6%, and Solana fell nearly 7%. All right, let's talk about the latest headlines. Coinbase could feel the impact of more investors dabbling in spot Bitcoin ETFs. According to Reuters, which cited analysts, the crypto exchange could take a hit to its trading volume and margin.
95 players so far, that's it? That's it? Wow, I have a good chance to win something.
Coinbase's trading commissions and spreads could also be affected as well. JP Morgan warned that if spot Bitcoin ETFs succeed, it will push potential Coinbase customers into the hands of equity brokers. On top of that, new investors could be attracted to lower than average fees charged by ETF issuers and the convenience of getting exposure to Bitcoin through regulated stock exchanges. CFRA research downgraded Coinbase to sell from hold, saying the company could be forced to cut its trading fees to stay competitive with those new ETFs. We reached out to Coinbase for comment, but didn't hear back right away. However, a spokesperson told Reuters that at the moment, the firm doesn't plan to lower transaction fees and expects to benefit from a broader adoption of Bitcoin. Since the new ETFs became available in the U.S. stock markets last Thursday, shares of Coinbase have dropped more than 21% compared to the nearly 12% slide in Bitcoin. Next, the World Economic Forum is wrapping up in Davos, Switzerland, and Crypto World's Mackenzie Sagalos is on the ground to walk us through just how much crypto was on the minds of the world's business and political leaders.
I'm here on the ground in Davos, where world leaders and CEOs from the biggest funds and companies on the planet are gathered to talk geopolitics, business, and especially tech. Last year at Davos, the crypto discussion dominated panels at the World Economic Forum. But this year, AI took over. Up and down the main street here, which is called the Promenade, companies and countries were advertising their AI tech. But Bitcoin and the recently launched spot ETFs in the US were another major talker on CNBC's air. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon remains a critic, but others like BlackRock's Larry Fink are all in. And there's certainly a lot of enthusiasm around Wall Street jumping into the sector. In fact, for the $30 trillion advised wealth management industry, the floodgates could be about to open. Analysts at Standard Chartered anticipate fund inflows in the range of $50 billion to $100 billion in 2024. Now, the World Economic Forum may be wrapping up, but you can catch much more of my coverage on everything from crypto to AI over at CNBC.com.
All right, back to spot ETFs for our main story. Yesterday, I spoke with Steve Kurz of Galaxy Digital and Kathy Kriske of Invesco about their joint ETF partnership, how it's going, and what to expect for crypto now that those ETFs are live.
A joint ETF partnership.
Kathy, I want to start with you. Invesco and Galaxy's BTCO is among nearly a dozen spot Bitcoin products up for trading in the U.S. right now. We are speaking exactly 1 week after the ETF launched, and I'm curious to know how you think it's going so far, what has adoption looked like, and sort of what sets BTCO apart.
Real quick, Mr. Retro Mike, appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat. He said only 94 chances for CCXT to lose. Unacceptable. Whom do I need to bribe? Yeah, good question. We definitely need more people in that Neoxa tournament. I can't believe there's only 94 people there. That's crazy.
Well, thank you so much for that question, Jordan.
Oh God,
because we believe our partnership sets us apart. So Invesco could have done this by ourselves, right? Galaxy could have done this by themselves.
They turned her down on the news station side because she got really quiet.
We chose to partner. So we're a leader in ETFs, right? We've been doing ETFs for 15 years. We have $500 billion in assets. And this is a differentiator. We focus on innovation. Galaxy, and I'll let Steve talk about their strengths, but they are the digital native with 5.3 in assets under management, super creative, that really focus on education. And we knew that we are better together. And we believe that no one else is offering this. And we can talk through some of the advantages we have, but the launch was very exciting. Obviously,
Andrew Rosado in the chat says this Kathy does not inspire wood.
Historic event.
That's so terrible.
The BTCO, we believe, is a differentiated product.
That was good.
Not all ETFs are the same, and there are many differentiations, and we're going to talk through them. But one of the ones I wanted to highlight is just tracking error. Right? When people want to buy a Bitcoin ETF, they want Bitcoin exposure. They want that price that they see on the screen for Bitcoin. And it is very concerning about some of our competitors and the operational structures that they have in place that really will limit them being able to get this sort of as close to the Bitcoin price as possible. They will have a lot of tracking error. And Steve, I know Steve can talk to you about what happened in Canada with one of their ETFs there. But the fact that the SEC chose for this to be cash creates alone and not in kind was a major hurdle for a lot of our competitors. There was almost panic amongst our competitors. For us, but we've got this. Invesco has done Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin ETFs in Europe, and then Galaxy has done them abroad in Canada, in Brazil, in Germany. And so we had the operational advantage right out of the gate. And that was very pivotal for us. And when you look as an investor at this huge swath of counterparties and how do you choose who to go with? And a lot of focus is on fees. And we were the first ones to come out with the waiving the fee. So, but now a lot of our peers are at that same fee waiver down to zero. But it's not just about the management fee. Right? We talk about like the total cost of this. And so you need to consider the bid offer spread, this tracking error, like all of these factors where our combination of Invesco and Galaxy make us, we would argue, the best competitor amongst our peers.
Yeah, Steve, I want you to talk about that advantage. I mean, Galaxy, as mentioned, has plenty of experience with the Cash Create ETF in Canada. You have experience in Brazil and Europe as well. Talk a little bit about how that experience prepared you to enter the U.S. market and why you're entering the U.S. market right now as crowded as it has become.
Yeah, sure. And I would echo a lot of what Kathy said. I mean, this was an easy decision for us. One thing that's consistent with how we've approached all of this is the partnership approach. I think a crypto native is great at accessing Bitcoin. A crypto native is great at trading Bitcoin. We traded more crypto than any asset manager in crypto globally last year, $3.5 billion of crypto for a variety of reasons. We've got a whole platform that's not just the ETF side of our business, but active funds, liquidations of bankruptcies, et cetera. So we really do have that market texture and connectivity to the market. I think we've learned a lot in Canada. Canada is a cash create market. And when you look at the workflows that we've been able to map over many years and through many crypto cycles, what ends up happening is you figure out how to source Bitcoin very efficiently, whether it's going up or whether it's going down, whether other people are in the market for Bitcoin at the same time, and you really build trust and familiarity with those underlying liquidity providers. And so when we say, Canada as an analog, it's very directly analogous in the cash create side. And we were able to outperform our competitor by 1,000 basis points last year, so 10%. And so I don't want to diminish from the fee conversation. It's important. It's relevant. We will be aggressive on fees. We already have been. We were the first ones to do the 0% waiver. But I just want to highlight that the most important thing for investors is who's going to be here to stay in the long run, who's going to help you contextualize this in the portfolio, who's going to track Bitcoin the best, and then of course, fees and all the other things that matter. So I think you have to look at it holistically, and you really have to look at it over time as opposed to any one moment or any one day out of the gates.
Real quick, Mr. Andrew Masad in the chat said the Hivemapper was going for $1,600. I didn't believe him. I just had to look. Damn, I just screwed myself up. Hold on, there we go. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. What? The Hivemapper, $18.99. Last one, 7 sold. Are you really? Like what?
Bruh.
That is terrible. $2,000. I'm putting this shit on eBay right now. Right now. That's the cheapest one. Oh, by the way, if you guys are interested in a heatsink bracket with this little fan, go check it out. This guy's actually in our Discord. He sent one to Hawk. Thing's pretty cool. But I just did a little test on mine to see. But all right, I didn't mean to cut you guys off on the news stuff. But what the? What? 7,000? Are you freaking high? Wow! I gotta put this thing on eBay today. I don't even care. That's a quick flip. Holy shit! I should have bought more.
That's come up already several
That's
times.
crazy.
Is the race to lower fees? This increased competition. What is?
That's insane. I can't believe that. That is way worse than GPU scalping.
What are your thoughts on consolidation?
They're like $300. You buy it from friggin' online. I think I paid $285 after my coupon code of CCXD. If you guys are interested, you just have to wait a couple of months.
We have a dozen of these. Is this something that you expect by the end of 2024, heading into 2025, that will still be the case?
That's crazy.
Really, we do believe there will be consolidation, but it's going to take time. I feel that almost every one of our peers in the space will give it at least a year. Right. And that's what's important for our partnership. We've committed to the long term, the multiple years. Like we joke about, like we are officially married. Right. Real quick.
DJ Mines has a good point. Okay. So Matt Electron is a truck driver. If you guys don't know who he is, he has his own channel. He makes he made the highest he's made with his 2 Hivemappers. He has one out the front window, one out the side window. The most he's made is $1,800 in a week. That's so, I mean, you can make $900 per unit. It makes sense. It's like 2 weeks of income. You still have a 2K. Like, I mean, that's the price right now, right? So, I mean, I guess it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but that's just freaking insane.
Long term. And this is, we understand though that some others, it was a great idea. They saw the opportunity. It made sense, right? This is what every client has been asking for. And so they thought it will be fine. And I know a lot of them have had operational challenges, right? Which I said, like, we haven't, but I think that they're giving it a try. And, I respect that, but I do believe we'll have a much smaller universe of competitors by this time next year.
Holy shit. Nerd Beast just said, I let my daughter's boyfriend borrow mine for a trip. He made almost 2K. Wow, that's crazy. And yes, Black Cat, he made $1,800 in a week. That was his biggest payout, was $1,800 in a week. It's freaking crazy. But he's a truck driver. He drives 24/7, just delivering shit. So
yeah, I also want to ask you about where you see this ETF fitting into an investment strategy for just a moment, because Bitcoin has been called by some as digital gold or a hedge against inflation, but we've also seen Bitcoin maybe sort of waver or struggle during this recent period of economic uncertainty. So from your perspective, where does this ETF fit into a diversified investment strategy, as a safe haven or something with more risk?
Well, I love that question because, as you know, my background is commodities, right? 30 years of commodities. And we've been telling this story for commodities, saying like there should be a 5% allocation to most people's portfolio. And a lot of investors did put their 5% in. And we've done the math with Galaxy, and the math works out to 1% from equities actually gives the best risk adjusted return. And when we did this analysis, we only went back 5 years because I think it's sort of a cheating when people go back to the start of this, right? And like, oh, thousands of % returns, right? That, you know, this is a different time, right? So the last 5 years, I think, is a good sort of time frame to analyze in terms of trying to decide what should this allocation be. Now, we know that it's going to be challenging for people to do the 1%, but even just that theme of getting off zero is key. And so I like to think that Bitcoin is inevitable, right? It is something that whether you want to invest or not, you need to learn about. And I think that's why it's great to have programs like this, where people can try to understand, like, what is the value of Bitcoin, right? It is a macro asset. And that Mike Novogratz always leads with that, is a macro asset. And so it's affected by inflation, by the Fed moves, by, you know, how is the economy doing, right? And even geopolitics. So I think that for those who want a diversification element, again, like commodities, we think it deserves that 1% allocation, but we know that it will take time. And that's why we feel like we're not in this big rush to get money in immediately. We know that our advisors and our clients need time to learn.
So looking ahead, Invesco and Galaxy have a proposal in front of the SEC to launch spot Ether exchange traded funds.
The Oxa Poker Tournament is today, so you guys know. I put a link in the chat. Let's see if I still have it, actually. No, I don't. All right, I got to get the link again. But Crypto KJ actually just dropped the Google Doc, so go check it out. I'll tell you the time.
And back in December, the agency actually delayed that decision, and they decided to push it to February. I'm not going to ask you to comment on that specific proposal itself, but I do wonder if you believe that the approval of these spot Bitcoin ETFs will make it easier for other crypto exchange traded products to be approved here in the U.S.
Yeah, look, as a first step, the reason we partnered with Invesco was because this was not about one product, and it wasn't about two products, and it wasn't only about single asset products. It was about the technology being embraced on a much broader suite. So we think over time, to Kathy's point, we're going to have a great suite of crypto products. We are excited about Ethereum. I think the market's already showing you that it's turning its eye to Ethereum a bit. There's been a rotation trade that's happened over the last week and a half. And then most importantly, I think you have a real roadmap. How do you become an institutional asset? You move from CME futures, OSC traded ETFs, futures ETFs in the US, and then the spot ETF. So obviously we can't comment on the SEC's approach to any filings or any one asset, but I do think, you know, of all these assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum have established themselves. They have real use cases, they have real market caps, and they have real narratives, and they have real purposes in a portfolio. And so from that perspective, I would be surprised if we didn't have an Ethereum ETF, and we're going to be there and ready to go when it's time to do that.
All right, that's about it. Shout out to CNBC television for that. Yeah, so guys, the poker tournament again is today. Let's pull this up so you guys can see right here. You guys like that thumbnail? I made that. Proud of it. Actually looks pretty good. All right, let's see. Where is it? Where is the right here. Google Doc. Here we go. All right, so anybody that is just joining, today is the day. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so it's 3 o'clock basically. 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. Again, it's play money. Costs you nothing to join. PokerStars Lite is the app you need for your phone. If you're going to play on your phone. If you're going to play here, I think it's still PokerStars Lite, excuse me. It's 20K chips, right? So you need to collect your free chips twice. So if you're going to sign up now, collect it, and then 2 hours later, I think you can collect another 15. Right, so it's free to play, and you get Neoxa. This is first place gets 100,000 Neoxa and a Neoxa hoodie. That's awesome. First place, that'd be great, right? That's a decent amount of money actually. 100,000 Neoxa, what's that? I don't even know what it's at. That'd be like, what is that? Like a couple $100? Is that $300? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Anyways. But yeah, this is the prizes. These are the bounties. This is we're all playing today, or most of us YouTubers are playing. Mr. Panda's not. What a loser. What a loser. But anyways, Andy, the dev over at Neoxa, is playing. We're all 5,000 Neoxa bounty. So if you guys are interested to play, again, it's totally free. Go check it out. All right, let's get into the news, or not the news, sorry, the videos of the day. I want to see what Altcoin Daily has to say. Crypto investing expert, I urge you to act now before it's too late. Guys, that like button, please. Appreciate
A little
you.
more than a week out from the launch of those spot Bitcoin ETFs, and despite the hype, price of Bitcoin has fallen about 11% since then.
The price of Bitcoin keeps dipping, and the mainstream media loves it.
The results so far, they're underwhelming. The price of Bitcoin itself has fallen to its lowest level since...
And you know what's interesting? We see this all the freaking time. We see this all the time. This shit happens. And yeah, it's really just the overall, when people start talking bad about it, that's usually when like people start silently buying because everybody else is pulling it back. Everyone else is selling out of it because they're getting scared. The big guys are smart and they're staying in. You know what I mean? Or getting in more.
SEC approval underperforming other asset classes like gold, bonds, and global equities.
They're even spinning this narrative that the historic Bitcoin spot ETFs were a failure, which is a lie. BlackRock and Fidelity each now hold more than $1 billion in Bitcoin in their ETFs. In fact, they're two of the fastest ETFs in history to gain $1 billion in assets.
Big deal.
Out of over 5,000 ETFs, BlackRock and Fidelity.
Green Hash said 100K equals $344. Okay, so I thought it was around $300. That's crazy. $300 in the Oxa, that's mint.
Are now top 4.
Grayscale, meanwhile, has seen more than $1.5 billion in outflows.
And yes, Grayscale is selling.
Perhaps further pressuring it to lower fees. Remember, it has the highest fees by far.
In fact, they sold over 52,000 Bitcoin since the spot ETF was launched. That's about $2 billion sold in a single week. Some investors are just cashing out, taking profits to get into the better ETFs. But most people aren't aware there is, for tax reasons, this 30-day lapse.
You have lots of investors that went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust at 2%. They bought it at the Bitcoin at 50,000, 60,000, 69,000. And so when the ETF became available and they were able to sell the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and take a loss for tax purposes, and you guys know this, they have to wait 30 days before they can reload. But it's a great arbitrage for these people. They can go from a 2% trust into a 21 basis point ETF, and they have to wait, and there's a lot of churn.
So
that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I didn't know that, or I didn't think of it like that.
Understanding that volatility is expected, and you can't have...
So they have 30 days. So in like 30 days or so from when it launched, there's probably going to be some sort of uptick. So next month. Interesting.
An asset that goes up 160% over the last year without expecting some dips along the way. Very normal. The real question is what's next?
Price goes to the moon, literally. It's a perfect economic experiment of supply and demand.
In an exclusive Spaces hosted by Altcoin Daily yesterday, crypto expert Invest Answers gave the math behind the accumulation happening now with the Bitcoin from these ETFs.
My math.
Shakespeare, please don't do that though. LFG, long 1000x, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Tells me that if the rate of acquisition of Bitcoin continues like it has done over the last 4 days, that means the ETFs will take 3.26 million Bitcoin out of the system in 2024, which isn't even possible because there isn't that much available. There's less than 1.8 million on exchanges right now.
Now, if you're not subscribed to us on X, what are you doing? There's a link down below.
But what happens when there's not enough Bitcoin out there? Like there's not enough being produced for the people that want to buy it. What happens to that?
And in this was hosted by my brother, actually. There's 2 of us on this channel. And he plays devil's advocate, saying maybe Bitcoin already topped. These ETFs already launched. It happened. Invest Answers push back on that.
Well, again, it's not the ETF. It's not the ETF that's going to push Bitcoin. It's the halvings. It's the scarcity, right? It's a finite asset. It's going to be halved in April.
What catalysts? I mean, all the biggest catalyst is behind us. BlackRock already listed it. What catalysts do we have going forward?
It's Aaron. You're very funny. I love how you try and rile people up. Let me just say a couple of words on this. This is more than a halving. This would be a triple or quadruple halving, if anything, for the following reasons. First of all,
so yes, we are speaking about both the ETFs and the halving happening in 90 days.
We have never had a halving going into diminishing supply like now. First of all. Second,
that's so true. That's so true.
We have never.
Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean going into diminishing supply? We've never had that before. What do you mean?
So before, in the past,
so many more people in.
There was increasing supply of Bitcoin. Now, for the first time ever, the supply is going down, which means the long-term holders are holding a lot more and more of the supply. It's going up and up. I think the long-term holders now own 70% of the actual Bitcoin supply. Short-term.
What's he talking about? What's he talking about in that regard? Because it's always went down every halving.
Holders of 30%. That's never happened at this stage of the halving before. And that's only going to get more extreme because people are not going to sell until a year after the halving. So your colleague on the other line was dead right on that one. So,
so he's talking about the amount of people that are holding it versus selling it, and how many more people are actually holding it now, and we're going to be losing a lot more. I get what he's saying.
You don't know what's going on. Second of all, Bitcoin has been classified as an asset by traditional finance. I'm a TradFi guy. This is huge. Third,
NerdBeast said he is talking about the liquidity of BTC, and that's, he's right.
We have players that have just entered the market that took 78,000 Bitcoin out of the system in 4 days. Okay. Yes, I know there's recycling from Grayscale out, but that's about a third to a quarter of the total demand. So if you imagine Grayscale, say 78,000 is being consumed by these 11 ETFs, 26,900 is coming out of Grayscale over 4 days. So net, you could call it 50,000 is being pulled out of the actual environment. The amount of supply issued per day is 900. That's going to 450 on April 19th, 90 days away, which is bonkers. Now, my math tells me that
oh my God, someone else used the word bonkers instead of just max.
The rate of acquisition of Bitcoin continues like it has done over the last 4 days, that means the ETFs will take 3.26 million Bitcoin out of the system in 2024, which isn't even possible because there isn't that much available. There's less than 1.8 million on exchanges right now.
And here's
shit, that's crazy. That's actually crazy to think about. This is a really good video that Altcoin Daily just did. Man, I gotta start listening to Twitter. I don't use Twitter X. What is it called? X Spaces or Twitter Spaces or whatever the hell you call it. I don't know. Does anybody listen to that stuff usually? I only listen to it sometimes, but not usually. Guys, that like button, please. We need 31 more likes to get to 100. I'd appreciate it.
Where this gets interesting. Keep listening, keep watching, keep liking.
And I estimate even if I take a quarter of that, you get about 1,850,000 Bitcoin. And most of the amount of Bitcoin that's going to be produced in 2024 is 216,000. And we're talking 1 million at least will be consumed by the ETFs. So it is going to be a bonkers bull run. And what's happening right now is really bizarre because it could be, the psychology of buy the rumor, sell the news. People don't know how to react to this. They're like pissed off. It's not at $100,000 already. So they're saying, screw this, I'm going into altcoins. Or
the smart money is going to wait. The smart money is going to sit down, hold their coins, and wait until this thing explodes. Mark my words.
Being manipulated somehow with OTC transactions.
But what happens when there's not enough Bitcoin out there? Like there's not enough being produced for the people that want to buy it. What happens at that point?
Price goes
to the boner candle. That's what happens.
Literally.
Hell yeah.
It's a perfect economic experiment of supply and demand. And it'll be very exciting to watch. I'm sitting here with my popcorn, maybe a bottle of wine. It's going to be fun. We will get $5,000 candles. We've had 2 $3,000 candles this year so far. We will get a $5,000 candle next when the OTC gets drained and the miners have sold all their gear, which they just dumped a huge amount over the last 4 days, then we're going to get that crunch. And then it's going to be fun. Mark my words.
And let's remember what happened when the gold ETFs were launched for the very first time back in 2004. We had a rally into the approval. For the next several months, gold's price dipped or was stagnant and then went up over 320%.
That's crazy. So it was pretty stagnant for the next couple of months after the ETF launched, and then gold has just continuously risen since. That's crazy.
For the next 5 years.
And if we take the gold ETF as an analog, that could mean, and remember, gold is not hard like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is as scarce as can be. If there is anything like the continuous flow of money like we had at the gold ETF, Bitcoin could go up straight for 8 years. There may be no more bear markets. There's probably a 15% chance of that happening. So bear that in mind too.
And you know what? Actually, NerdBeast, you just made a great point. He said it's actually not 21 million. It's more like 16 to 14 million. And yeah, so what they project is 5 to 7 million Bitcoin have actually been lost from back in the day when people mined it like way before, you know, mainstream media, and people didn't really care and lost hard drives and computers crashed and didn't save their private keys, all that shit. So yeah, there's a lot less than actual 21 million that, you know, should be out there.
I do think it took like a year or two before gold, because there was a dip after it launched, and then it went down hardcore. I do think the gold ETF took a year or two.
About 6 months. And the reason for that is financial advisor experts, they have to do the research. They have to take their time to learn about this new asset, gold ETF, and then they have to educate their clients, and then their clients have to pull the trigger. And that's the 6 month time lag you're seeing there.
And the only thing that really makes me nervous is I wonder if they'll ever manipulate the fact that they own, you know, say they're saying they own more Bitcoin than they actually do, like these big guys like BlackRock and all them. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of audit where they actually have to hold, you know, 1-for-1 or whatever it is, the share ratio over there, right? I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if they'll ever pull some shady bullshit, just like on the government side.
Is the perspective the mainstream doesn't want you to see. And now looking at altcoins, different categories, different trends that I want to continue sort of putting on your radar. Digital identity, I feel, is going to be a trend in 2024. And the news today is for Root Protocol. The one-stop station digital identity service, Root Protocol, raises $10 million in seed funding. And why this is significant, and by the way, I am an investor in this, but why this is making headlines is because the funding round, which gave Root a $100 million valuation.
Yeah, it's definitely shill time. I never heard of this though.
Was led by Animoca Brands, which is huge, and included contributions from a slew of other notable investors, including Signum Capital, Anchor Network, CMS Holdings, and how this affects you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care about that. Anyways, all right. Shout out to Altcoin Daily for that video. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to cut that off, but yeah, that was, it was just shilling some shit I don't even know about. All right, let's see. Biggest earners on the month. What's been doing the best for you guys? Astar looks like 85.5% up on the month itself. Pulse Chain is up 101%. Crazy. It's been killing it. Guys, I mean, I wouldn't be too concerned. Bitcoin's pretty stagnant right now. It's literally, before the ETF was 43,000. It's at 41,690. It's not a sell the news event unless it goes down to like 35k. Like, this is normal volatility for Bitcoin. This happens all the time, right? So just hold on, wait, and you guys will get there. All right, let's see. We need literally 22 more likes. If you guys could, I'd appreciate it. 163 people here. All right, do you guys have any questions? We're just gonna recap stuff now. Anything you guys would like to look at? You know what? Actually, I do have a question for you guys. I would like you guys all to pick one coin that you think is gonna do like a 10x or a 5x, and put it in the chat, like 10x, 5x, and then whatever the coin is. And I want to go see like how realistic you guys are thinking. PolyX, what is that? PolyX, let's see. And we might learn some new coins by doing this, just kind of talking to each other about it. It just seems like a good idea to kind of bring things up like this and just kind of put new coins on everybody's radar, right? It just makes sense. Let's see. Polymesh, I'm not into this one. 16 cents as of right now. What's the market cap? The market cap is 153 million as of right now. 153 million, so 5x would be whatever, you know. We'll do the math. Let's see. All right, so 150, oh, hold on, 153, let's see, 660726 times 5, let's see, 5x would be 768 million. Let's see, where does that land you on the chart? Even if that was a 5x, what was it? 768 million. Let's see, where would we be? What ranking would that be? 7. You're right around the top 80s, in the 80s. Yeah, right about here, 89, 90ish or so. I don't know, maybe. I mean, it's definitely possible. Anything's possible, right? Let's see, what else you guys got? All right, I'm only gonna be able to pick so many because you guys are typing fast as shit. Myro says, factually speaking, Myro is that, that's one of the meme coins, right? Let's see. I'm gonna raid Crypto Mikkel in just a minute, but I just kind of want to get some new coins on the radar. Maybe might be a good idea. Let's see, 227 million. Wow, this is a big market cap. It's ranked 220. 5x would be $1 billion market cap. You think so for a meme coin? I mean, maybe maybe we've seen I mean, Dogecoin, you know, Dogecoin's killing it, right, for a meme coin. Shiba's killing it for a meme coin. It's a 5 billion. So I mean, meme coins definitely have a chance to get up there. They definitely have a chance, but there's like, unless there's a real reason or somebody big pushes it, I don't know if it's really gonna I don't know if meme coin's gonna go that far. I don't know. Steven Cicero.
Number one, I don't care. Please stop talking about this shit.
Let's see. All right. Vish AI 100x. Vish, I mean, VISH-AI. What is that? Vish AI. Look at this. Up 11.4%. It is ranking. Where is it? Does it not tell us what it's ranking? Market cap 0. What is happening? This is a new coin. See, this is why I like this. This is a new coin. Let's go. Let's look at the website. What is it? Precise decision maker in every dynamics, momentum, and probabilities with deep learning AI. What is this? Is this new? This is a new coin. Max supply is 13 billion. 18,000 trading volume in 24 hours. There's no information here though. Oh, hold on. Let's see. When did this come out? January 18th. It's brand new. It's 2 days. I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon. Where the hell do you buy this shit? Let's see. Find out. Hold on. See, this is why I like asking you guys questions, because I find out about new shit that I never knew about. All right, on XEgg. I have to make a freaking account over here. I feel like everything trades on this XEgg. I don't even know how you say that. XEggX. I don't know. That's very new, like 1 month old. Coin, you know what? It could be a month old. Actually, CoinGecko is really slow as shit. Coin market cap, it might be, they might show it a bit longer. But yeah, I mean, legit, it's like, it shows like 2 days old on this site. Wow. All right, you know what? We're gonna, I'm gonna pull up CoinGecko on another page. I'm gonna leave that one open. All right, let's see. What else? What other coins? Let me see. XNA. This is Nura AI. All right, let's see. This is ranking 744th place as of right now. Market cap's 30 million. I mean, yeah, 30 million. It wouldn't be out of realm of possibilities, right? Do a 5x. 30,016,217. Let's see. 5x. Put you 150 million. Where would that land us on the chart? 150 million. Let's see. That's way down. 100. Oh, geez. That's not even in the top 100. Let's see. Top 200. Let's see. How far down do we got to go for 150 million? What is it ranking? Hold on. Let's see. 150 million. Put us. Am I wrong? Am I doing math wrong? Hold on. Oh, that's right. So it says 150-ish. So 200 and something. What was it at? Hold on. All right, so it would be about 200, 150 would be roughly ranking like 279-ish, 278. Let's see. Hold on, what was it at? Oh, okay, it's at 744. All right. Not too bad. I mean, it's totally in the realm of possibilities. I mean, it's really not that much money thinking about it, right? I mean, 10x is even possible, to be honest. Let's see. Flux. Someone said Flux in the chat. What's Flux at? Easy 5x, somebody thinks, for Flux. You know what? You might not be wrong. Their marketplace and all that shit coming out is pretty decent. There is already 186 946 186 million 086 times 5. Let's see where that's at. So that's almost $1 billion. Almost $1 billion. Almost $1 billion for Flux. Has it ever had that high of a market cap? Does anybody know? Right here. So it'd be ranked ish, 70-ish. Right in between these two. 70. Why is that flipped? That's weird. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, but about 70 or so. Not too bad. Let's see. Flux node makes nothing. Yeah, Nerd Beast, that's true. It sucks. But you know what? When the price appreciates, it could make something. So I don't know. Yeah, this Vish AI is new. Yeah, I'm gonna have to I might take a gamble on this one. Why not? Throw $100 and see what happens. It's a low ass. Oh, actually, what's the market cap? How do we know? Coin market cap. Let's see. Oh God. Oh God. Sorry. Fish AI. Let's see. Is that how you spell it? No. Is it not even on this? It's not even on CoinMarketCap? It's not there? What the hell? Dom G. Huh. Okay. So. Okay. How do you look it up? How do you look it up? No, this is CoinGecko right here. It doesn't, there's no information. I want to know what the market cap is. Oh, wait, hold on. No, it just says nothing. Nothing. Let's see. You gave all your CPU miners away to Panda. Yeah, you know what? I did that. I knew it was an L. I knew I was taking an L, but at the same time, man, CPU mining's chasing pennies. I can't do it. Even though Zephyr was like profitable, I didn't think it was going to hold up and stay profitable, but it did. It did, so I was wrong there. But at the end of the day, it's too much for me, man. I can't. I'm not chasing. I'd rather just buy those coins. I'm done mining them. Vish AI is yes power algo. Interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Mining pool. Oh, right here actually. Fish. Oh, you can mine it. Let's see. That's why you said that, son of a bitch. It is a CPU mining coin, if I'm not wrong. Yes power. That's CPU, right? Is it CPU? No, I'm not on top chat. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Let's see. You gave no, I read that. Tickle the like button just as Father Theo does. What? What are you saying? Just trolling. Okay, I was like, what are you saying? Also, is pre-mined. Be safe. Really? Okay. Yeah, you know what? So guys, I just want to throw out there, please don't ever just download wallets. Make sure, I don't think Yeti probably didn't do one on this one. It's yeti.uk if you guys are interested to check out like wallets that are safe. Okay, so he's audited certain wallets, downloaded these programs, made sure there's no viruses on them, right? So Game Pass issues, but I think the issues were resolved. Like this one right here, this wood coin failed, so obviously something was wrong with that. This Fulminaire, I don't know what this is, but that one failed, so don't download that. Like anything you see that says failed on it, you're probably gonna get a virus or lose shit, so just don't do it, please. The market cap of Vish AI is 349,000. That's it? That's it? JF says per XEgg. Okay, all right, so wow, that's really low. That's really low. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in yeti.uk, this is you guys can put in suggestions if you want him to audit any specific website or wallet or a coin or whatever. Just get it in here. You know what, I'm gonna ask him to run this. I know he's not home right now, he's actually in the US, so when he gets back to the EU or the UK rather, I'll ask him to look into this one. But that's really low. 350 million for anything with AI in it. Like it just boners like 100% all the time. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look into this one a little bit. I want to see. I'm gonna see. Yeah, see, like don't see, unless you have a dedicated PC where you don't care if you get a virus, don't ever click just download wallet. Okay, because you could definitely get some sort of virus if it's a scam. I don't know if it is or not, you know what I mean? So what I would say is mine to the exchange if you're gonna mine this at all. Don't download the wallet. But again, that's just me. I gotta read up on this though. This is one that yeah, it's new enough where you could get in and you can get some pretty decent gains if it does pump. So there's that. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. I appreciate you all for hanging out. Thank you so much for joining me on the Daily Grind. I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, go enjoy Crypto Mikel. And hopefully I'll see you guys actually for the poker tournament. And later on tonight, we're doing Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live. So you guys can come and hear Max bitch about losing for 3 hours, which would be awesome. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one and peace out.
Eat shit, Gary. You are a loser. You always lose.